Back in the house with a 9-4.
You did good, sir.
I feel like Princess Peach, rose gold on my Mercedes. Rose gold on my bitch, looking like her name Mercedes. I need a hoe who down on them eyes, what up ladies? Switched out the friendly smile, but the face that reads, fuck you pay me. Ain't got rabies, I just overdose off coke, and if I know, they hope I die.
What's up, guys? My name's XiX from XiX Sports Network.
I'm Ethan from Mistaken for Bacon.
We are back with yet another episode of XiX Pick Em. So far, so good. 11 weeks in now. I'm surprised. I did not expect this series to last this long. Not even that. There's been some bumps in the road.
Yeah.
Usually my life gets a little too busy. The past 2 weeks have been hella fucking busy. But we're back. We're back at the original set as well.
Yeah.
How you been?
I've been good. Everything's going good. Yeah, we're here watching. Football's been pretty good this year. It's been pretty exciting. And yeah, there's nothing much else to say. It's been pretty good.
Me, on the other hand, my team makes me want to jump off a fucking cliff, which is why I refuse to wear the jersey today. Well, I actually asked him today. I asked him Quinn Ewers or Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
I'll get into the reason why I wanted to wear Micah Parsons later. These are actual jerseys I actually got for my 21st birthday. Shout out my mom and George. Thank you guys. But they don't watch this shit. But yeah, it's been pretty hectic for the past 2 weeks. So it's nice to just sit down, talk about football. Other than that, we could get to our Week 10 results. So this episode, unfortunately, did not get posted because, again, my life was busy. But Ethan actually is in first place once again at 10-4.
Yep.
Myself, once again, behind him at 9-5. That sounds like my car. That wasn't my car. Okay. Sorry about that. But, yes, Ethan was at 10-4 and myself at 9-5. It's actually pretty funny. We got every game incorrect except for one. The Cowboys-Eagles game. The games that we got wrong was the Giants-Panthers game, which...
Yeah, it was kind of a toss-up.
It was a toss-up, but I think Giants should have won.
Yeah. No.
That's pretty embarrassing, but I can't say much. As it is, I'm like this close to wearing a paper bag on these shows because Jesus. And then we also got the Patriots and Bears wrong.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, I guess I was right for the beginning of the year if you really think about it. I was a Caleb Williams hater. And low-key was starting to prove me wrong. He started having like good showings here and there. But this is already the second week where he's already like starting to have like a bad performance, and his team's losing shitty games. Losing against the Patriots is crazy. And then another one was the Falcons versus Saints.
Yeah, it was an upset, pure upset.
It was a pure upset, but I'm also not surprised. I feel like it's a very Falcon thing to happen.
It's true, yeah.
I guess Saints it was just their day that day. And yeah, shout out to our boy Nate. I'm pretty sure he was going through it that day. This one was a toss-up for sure. The Steelers and Commanders game.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It really could have gone either way. Steelers took the win, though. And I'm honestly surprised. I didn't think the Steelers were going to be as tough to take down Commanders as much.
Yeah.
But it was really funny because it was honestly like a play that wasn't like involved in anything crazy. The final winning play was getting them to jump. That was hilarious. Yeah. And actually, this past weekend, I was in Ruidoso watching that game with my stepdad, and there was a couple Commanders fans in there. And the minute that they jumped, they just straight up just walked out of the freaking like the bar and were like type shit. But yeah, and then last but not least, the game that was the difference between us two, which I actually just realized we had never tied yet. We were close this time. The game that was the difference was the Cowboys and Eagles.
Yeah, man, that was kind of a brutal game. I think most Cowboys fans may have expected that, but it was kind of tough for the offense really to get much going there. Honestly, it's kind of tough to watch. I was watching that game, so yeah.
Well, I'll give credit to the defense at first. The defense was actually playing pretty solid, and my stepdad and I were actually saying, I think it was the difference of having Micah Parsons, which is why I wanted to wear his jersey. We didn't have Micah Parsons for a while. He had the high ankle sprain. He was nursing it, dealing with it, trying to get healthy.
Yeah.
The minute he came back, though, he made a difference. He was getting to the quarterback. Not just him, also shout out to my other Longhorn, Demarion Evershawn.
Yeah.
He started to become one of my like sneakily favorite players.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't gotten there yet, but I think he's starting to prove himself.
Oh, yeah.
Despite having a shitty year, having the shitty defense, he's starting to like look really good. That makes me excited.
Yeah.
We need linebackers. We need some people to stop the run because we're ass at that.
Yeah.
But like I said, though, having the first game with Micah Parsons back led to a Trevon Diggs interception. And for the first half, defense was playing pretty decently. Offense, though, holy fuck. First, Cooper Rush was the moment was too big for Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Which proves that back in 2022, the only reason why that Cooper Rush weird slate of games where he was good as fuck only happened because of our line. But yeah, this year just completely shit the bed. I don't know if I can get mad at them, though. Our team's just a mess right now. And then they put in Trey Lance, but I mean, what the fuck did that do?
Yeah.
Eventually, the defense was going to crumble. And then I'm so close to burning Zeke's jersey. I am so close to burning, and I hate that. I feel like wasting your money and burning a jersey like that's stupid.
Yeah.
But Zeke actually irritates me so fucking much to the point where I'm willing to do that.
Yeah.
The fucking okay, Rico Dowdle was in the game, and our passing game was not doing anything. There was no effect to anything, but our run game was doing pretty decently with Rico Dowdle. The minute they put Zeke in, he fumbles in the red zone, bro. I'm the biggest Zeke hater, and then to come to find out that the reason why they suspended him last week was because of he kept missing team meetings and shit like that. Now he's acting like a diva, and clearly it's not being proven like a good reason why he's acting like a damn diva. Yeah. But in the end, we got our asses kicked, 34-6. I mean, off season, I think any common Cowboy fan could have expected this. The lack of any moves from free agency, as it is, Jerry Jones gets butthurt at every question that the reporters ask him. Our team's just a fucking mess. Yeah. Hopefully it's just like a 1 year slump. Usually we've had these before. Like 2015 was a good run. 2020. We always have like good streak of years. Obviously like in season, not playoffs, but in season. And then we'll have that one shitty year. Hopefully this is just one shitty year because this year has been stressful. Other than that though, it starts off with Ethan at 10-4, myself at 9-5. Yeah. The final scores though, and he's getting closer and closer. I'm still in first place, 93 and 55. Ethan, you're at 91 and 57.
That was very close.
You're close. You're only 2 games behind now.
2 games ahead, guys. Let's see if I can catch up.
Well, nonetheless, though, we can go ahead and continue now with our Week 11 picks, starting off with a good Thursday Night Football game. Yeah. Commanders taking on the Eagles.
Oh, man, guys. The clash of NFC East rivals, you know what I mean, of the 2 teams at the top of the NFC East. So this game is going to be for sure like a title defining game. You know, I think they meet down the road again, but this is definitely going to be a heavyweight fight. Last week's Thursday Night Football game was really good. You know, the Thursday Night Football games have been really good this year, so I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I think Commanders just let that one last week get away. You know, as we talked about earlier, and Philadelphia obviously coming off a, you know, it was like an easier win for them, of course. You know, it's gonna be a good game here, and honestly, I gotta take Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? Even though I've been very high on the Commanders this year, I think Philadelphia they've been there before and they know how to get a lot of things done. It's not going to be easy for the Commanders. They seem to struggle a lot more against the more like better teams, which you know it's going to happen obviously. But yeah, I think Philadelphia is going to take advantage of that in their first meeting, and th're going to go ahead and get to 8-2 and top of the NFC East there.
Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna use you as an example with your relationship with the Cardinals, where it's like one of those moments where like technically it's your rivalry team, and Commanders, and I feel like everyone in the NFC East hate each other. I don't think anybody respects each other in the NFC East. Yeah. But Commanders, like, you kind of feel for them because they went through so many years because of a bad owner, not because like of like rivalry games or nothing like that. So seeing them the first year without their owner, striving and like doing good for themselves is pretty good. Yeah. That's why I'm gonna pick them. I hate the Eagles. I fucking hate the Eagles. I want the Commanders to win. But other than that, the Commanders, excuse me. Obviously, we got our asses handed to ourselves by the Eagles, but Commanders are an exciting team. Danny Daniels is an exciting player. For sure. Dan Quinn, obviously, our old DC. Obviously, the minute he fucking left, we suck dick now. But our old defensive coordinator, his first year as a head coach again, he's doing pretty good for himself. So it's exciting to see. But for me, I'm going to take the Commanders on this one. This could be a toss-up, but I feel like if I was going to put money on it, I would have picked the Eagles. But I'm just manifesting the Commanders. Other than that, though, up next, we got the Packers at Bears, another division game.
The Packers at Bears, man, guys. The Bears lost last week to New England Patriots. And, yeah, honestly, they're kind of like struggling. They're not really as good as they were beginning of the year. You know, ever since that loss against Commanders, you know, they've just been kind of a funk here. And it's kind of sad to see, you know. I hope they had a lot of promise going into the year. But it is year one with the new rookie quarterback. We'll see what they can get going. But, yeah, I think this is gonna be an easy game for the Packers. You know what I mean? It's always a rivalries all the time. You know, I think it's the oldest rivalry in NFL football.
Probably is.
And in the 2000s and 2010s, all you've seen is that the Green Bay Packers just whip on the Bears. You know, every time. So I don't expect that changes in this game. Bears just need to get things together. You know what I mean? Packers are, you know, they're still there. They've had some bad losses against the Lions. Most notably, but I think they're gonna get this done. So Green Bay wins.
Okay, so we forgot something. I just finished. So we were like literally in the middle of our picks, but the Monday Night Football game just ended, so technically we both got his picks wrong.
Yeah.
So now we're actually at
94
10-5
or 92 or
You're
Oh,
10.
the
You're
week.
10-5. I'm 9-6.
and on the season is what 92, 94.
Let me see. Well, all I gotta do is just add one to our L's.
Okay.
So yeah, so right now I'm at 93-56. You're at 91-58.
Mm.
Me on the other, yeah. So at the beginning of the year, I always said that I never really was that high on Caleb Williams,
Yeah.
and he seemed to be proving me wrong at first. But then once the Commanders game had happened, like you said, the Bears seemed to fall off. Losing against the Patriots, that's crazy. But it's gonna be easy for the Packers on this one. Packers,
Yeah.
again, after we doubted the Packers, they've been looking pretty tough.
Yeah.
Not the strongest teams in the NFC, but pretty decent team,
Yeah, they're
and
there.
easy enough to take over the Bears. I got the Packers on this one. Up next, another division game: Ravens and Steelers.
Ravens and Steelers, guys, it's gonna be a really exciting game. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's always a good year in the NFL when these two teams are fighting for the AFC North title. That's exactly the predicament we find ourselves in here in November. The Steelers and Ravens both at, I believe it's 7-2 or 7-3. It's gonna be a really good matchup. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to this one. You know what I mean? Both teams have been really good as of late. Russell Wilson, doing really good with the Steelers there. And of course, Lamar Jackson's probably in talks for his third MVP. He's been really good too. That's a really good game, guys. I'm excited. It's going to be on Sunday morning, so it's going to be a good game to wake up to, and watch. It's going to be very, very good. I'm excited for this game. Steelers and Ravens has been such a great rivalry in such a short time because the Ravens were brought along in 1996. It was so it's been really fun watching these games. It's going to be no different. Uh, Honestly, guys, I gotta take the Pittsburgh Steelers here. I think Pittsburgh is gonna be. I think this game is in Heinz Field.
It is.
So I think that it's gonna. I attribute to their success here, and the defense is no nonsense. You know what I mean? Defense is really good. The offense is playing really well. Baltimore obviously in the same kind of boat. Their offense is playing phenomenally, and the defense is playing well. But I think that Pittsburgh is just gonna want this game a lot more. They're a lot tougher, more physical. They're a lot meaner. I think the Steelers are gonna get this done, and be atop the AFC North there.
Me, on the other hand, I actually got the Ravens taking this one. Both teams are doing pretty well, but I feel like the connection between Lamar and Derrick Henry, two probably the best rushers in the league in general,
Yeah.
is a powerful force. Plus, and Lamar Jackson has an arm. He's a good quarterback. He's a good thrower. I feel like Ravens offense is going to take over Steelers defense, despite even being in Heinz Field or Acrisure, whatever the fuck it's called.
Now.
I got the Ravens taking this one. Up next, you got the Colts and Jets.
Colts and Jets, guys. I feel like this should be an easy win for the Indianapolis Colts. Arizona absolutely demolished the Jets last week. The Jets just didn't look pretty. After that win against the Texans, you're like, oh man, they might have something there, but just absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on there. It's going to take the offseason to figure out what's the problem there. So I just don't think the Jets are going to be able to win this game. I think the Indianapolis has a lot more to play for. I think Joe Flacco's probably going to play this game. And I think he'll be able to get it done. The Colts are definitely still in the fight for the AFC South after the Texans loss against the Lions last week. So they're definitely going to want this game a lot more. So, yeah, I think nothing more needs to be said. I think the Indianapolis Colts are going to win this game easily.
Yeah, one of the more boring games of this week. Jets are another team that's a complete mess right now. Not sure what the hell's even going on there. This one should be an easy one for the Colts. Colts are another one, not so much of a mess, but they've been doing confusing decisions as well. Benching Anthony Richardson, I'm still confused about that.
Mm-hmm.
But this one should be easy for the Colts regardless.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. Next we got the Jaguars and Lions.
The Jaguars and Lions, guys. Another kind of boring game. Man, what's up with these boring games? You know what I mean?
Well, we have Commanders, Eagles,
some
and
good ones.
Ravens, Steelers.
Lions are going to take this game easily. I feel like, not to underestimate the Jaguars. They did put up a fight against Minnesota and Philadelphia past 2 weeks. So the Jaguars probably will be able to do something. But the Lions are kind of in a different universe. I feel like after that performance last night against the Texans, Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions. You know what I mean? And they still won. They still came back to win.
That pisses me off, bro.
It's wild. I can't believe that happened, honestly. The Lions are 8-1, I think it is now. 8-1 is wild, guys. Lions are at top of the NFL, right there with the Chiefs, So, yeah, nothing more needs to be said. I think the Jaguars are still a good team in terms of their roster, but they just haven't shown it on the field. Like most teams, they're going to need to figure it out in the offseason and just add on to their roster. And yeah, so it should just be a building game for the Lions, and they're gonna build this one to 9-1. So Lions win.
I like how you said that building game for this
Yeah.
one because Lions are gonna demolish the fuck out
Yeah.
of the Jaguars.
Yeah.
They're gonna beat the they're gonna beat the shit out of the Jaguars. If anyone picks the Jaguars, you're smoking crack. I should probably like chill out though because I'm probably gonna jinx myself. 5 interceptions and they
Yeah.
still won, bro. That pisses me off because any other team threw 5 interceptions, they're getting blown out by 60.
Mm-hmm.
So that proves that goes to show that the integrity that the team has, even despite having 5 interceptions. That's
Oh man, Mookie Betts.
the fuck. That's Jameis Winston. That's all right. That's Jameis Winston numbers right there. And they still pulled out the win. That goes to show that even if their quarterback, the main guy of the team, is struggling, the whole team got his back, and that's how strong the team is. Lions are gonna beat the fuck out of the Jaguars. And then next, go ahead and go with I lost myself. Oh, the Raiders and Dolphins.
The Raiders and the Fins, man. Fuck the Dolphins for what happened today.
He was so pissed.
I was talking about that later. But they're a good team. You know, I expected them to come with that kind of like punch. You know, I didn't expect it to be any different. So not surprised by them still having some fight. You know, they're a good team. They just had a lot of weeks without Tua and stuff. And this should be an easy game for them. You know what I mean? The Raiders just fucking suck. No disrespect to Raiders fans, but I don't like your team and your team sucks. So
He's talking to my brother.
many more people than that. You know what I mean? They just I don't know. I don't like the Raider Nation. You know. And they're trying to get them to dessert right now with their what is it like 2-7 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that every time because my brother was overhyping the fuck out of Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
And now my brother, I don't even think he watches the games anymore. But go ahead.
So yeah, nothing more needs to be said. I mean, Dolphins. That's 3-6 today. They win this one 4-6. And like I was telling Sam earlier today, I think the 7th seed and the 6th seed in the AFC is wide open. You know, it's pretty weak in the AFC this year, I think. So yeah, I mean, if the Dolphins want it, it's there. So I think this win will definitely help and get them there. So the Dolphins win.
And yeah, no shit, the Dolphins are gonna take this one.
Yeah.
Obviously Dolphins struggled because Tua refuses to wear a fucking Guardian cap.
Yeah.
But today's game, offense didn't look well. Yeah, offense did actually look pretty decent. Maybe who knows? Dolphins can have a run. When he brought it up that the 6th and 7th seed are wide open, I did think about it, and I was like, yeah, anybody. It's really anybody's game.
Yeah.
Just because the Dolphins are 2-7 doesn't mean runs don't happen. And the Dolphins have the team to do it. They got Tyreek, they got Jalen, they got Tua when he's not CTE, right? But they should do it. Regardless, though, if they have a run or not, they're definitely going to defeat the Raiders.
Yeah.
Up next, we got your Rams taking on the Patriots. This is going to be interesting.
Oh man. Okay, guys.
I'm just going to sit back and just enjoy this.
I mean, honestly, guys, it kind of cold. I cooled down a bit, you know, from the other day, but that was a bad loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you have alcohol in you right now. That's why.
So, guys, they say alcohol doesn't help, but it does. And so does THC. But anyways, yeah, bad loss. Yeah, you know, I wanted that. We needed that game bad. You know what I mean? For playoff hopes, for division hopes, and we go out and blew it. You know, defense was playing well, I believe, but the offense just sucked. You know, they couldn't get anything, the rhythm going. You know, it was bad. It wasn't. You know, it wasn't not going together. You know what I mean? It was still so flat. You know. I don't know what's going on there, you know. But they're 4-5, you know, so that's why I'm still kind of like, okay, well, it's middle of the season, and they've done this before, where they've gone on runs, so they can still go on a run. But that should have been an easy game. I feel like Tyreek couldn't really make that much of an impact, and that's why it's mostly a shame that they lost because they beat themselves. I fully believe that. You know, there's a lot of miscues with the Rams. It really was their game to lose, and they lost it. So it's very tough. It's 4-5 now, and like we said with the AFC, it's wide open. The NFC is really tight, you know, with all the really good teams. So that's why I'm very disappointed with this game. You know, I feel like we have to win the division at this point to get in. Because in my mind, I was just thinking about it, and like you have 3 teams from the North, 2 teams from the East, and the Falcons, and then I feel like those are maybe all the playoff teams.
Yeah.
And obviously the division winner from the West.
Wins the West.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. This is like, I'm still kind of hopeful because I'm not really sold too much on the Niners. The Cardinals are a decent team.
Niners look iffy. Cardinals starting to build up a little bit.
They're very decent, so we're gonna have to beat the Cardinals and get some help. But yeah, that was a bad loss. Like we cannot go out playing like that if we want to win football games. I think we should win this game. I'm gonna pick them regardless. I hope they win this game. You know, they should be woken up. Yeah, I mean, I think we should win this game. On the Patriots side of things, you know, that was a really good win against the Bears.
The Patriots side this whole time.
They was a good win for them against the Bears. That's why I'm not taking them lightly either. Because I really don't know how we lost to the Dolphins. So yeah, but I'm up to the Rams, but I do think Patriots will give us a fight because we seem to not want it that much. You know what I mean? We seem to beat ourselves. So yeah, hopefully we do win this game. If we lose this game, guys, the season's over. I feel like at that point, but we should. Hopefully we win this game. We get to 5-5 and at least see what we can do from there. But yeah, Rams win.
I'm at that point where the season's over, but we'll get there later. Yeah, Rams. At first, when you started saying like the whole run thing, Ethan, I've known him for a while. He tends to have like to get very overexcited and start spewing things. But
they're good. You know they can be good.
Oh, hold on. Every time I doubt him though, he always ends up being right, and it pisses me off. Last time was a fucking Super Bowl. He kept saying that year they're gonna win the Super Bowl, and just because this fool is very obnoxious when it comes to sports, I didn't believe him, and then they won the fucking Super Bowl.
I did.
But Rams did not look good today.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh wait, I missed the part where he kept saying there's a run. I didn't believe him, and then now low key you guys started picking up a little bit of wins. Remember at one point you're at 2-5.
Yeah.
Eventually you ended up 2-4. My bad. 2-4 ended up being at 500 at 4-4. That was today. Playing on the Dolphins. I remember on the way to my mom's house. We were at my mom's house for a bit. I told him like, man, Rams should take it. And you're like, no, like Dolphins, Dolphins looked good last week. All this stuff. And yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man, you're
right.
They ripped the most apart.
And then the Patriots, though, they got to win against the Bears, but I still feel like Bears are still a 50-50 team. So who knows if like they got the win because they're a good team, or they got the win because they took the Bears. Exactly. On this one, though, I feel like the safe bet to take is the Rams. Easily, probably again like the safe pick. Not a pick that you could sacrifice a loss to. Should take the win. Probably bring up a fight, like you said, but hopefully the Rams will take it.
I gotta wake the fuck up, guys. If they want to fucking go to the playoffs, all right? I'm fucking done with this shit, all right? Los Angeles, get your head out of your ass. Sean McVay, do some fucking shit, all right? Matthew Stafford, this isn't fucking Detroit. Win some fucking games, guys. We need the fucking West title. Please. Thank you. All right, next pick.
Next, we got the Browns and Saints.
Man, this game fucking sucks, too.
Yeah.
Guys, the Saints, they surprised us last week. They played really well, but like Sam said, I think earlier, I think that was kind of the Falcons thing to happen. And the New Orleans Saints always seem they get theirs on the Falcons sometimes. They didn't get it the last time, but they got it this time. So they're split this year. So, they're a good team. They just had a lot of things happen to them. And, unfortunately, they're not really in the space to make a comeback unless the Falcons fall apart, obviously. But, their new coach, their interim coach was, I feel like, a real big factor on getting them to win that game. They're very more inspired on the Brown side of things. Weren't they on a bye week or who they didn't play this week, did they?
I can look it up while you
look it up. Let's see what they did. I'm not sure what they did. I think they were on a bye, honestly. But
I think they might have been on a bye because I don't remember picking them.
Despite that,
well, why would I pick them, right?
Yeah. But despite that, they've been poor this year. Obviously, we all know it. But ever since Jameis Winston got in there, they've seemed like a better team. So we'll see what happens in this game. I honestly had a tough time picking this game. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what the fuck? It's kind of like the Panthers and Giants game from last week. It's like it's a very big toss-up.
No, honestly, I was very confident the Giants were going to.
Yeah, I didn't have much confidence, and I don't have much confidence in either team for this game. But
Browns are off. Yeah.
When I thought about it this week, I picked the Cleveland Browns, and with their bye week, I'm gonna have to take the Cleveland Browns. You know what I mean? I feel like they're gonna come into this game and just be a little more inspired. I wouldn't be surprised after obviously they lose. I feel like in either team you pick, it's gonna be kind of a risky pick. Like I really don't know who's gonna win this game, but I'm gonna ride with the Browns.
Yeah, this one. I honestly didn't have that much struggle trying to pick a team. I feel like I have more confidence thinking the Saints would take it.
Mm-hmm.
Browns had that one bright spot with Jameis Winston when they beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
Somehow, but since then, like, hasn't really been much.
Mm-hmm.
Saints, on the other hand, they have the win against the Falcons, a win that nobody was really expecting. Nobody's surprised, but a win that nobody was really expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they can ride off of that and take the win against the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Up next for our last game for the 11 o'clock window, the Vikings versus Titans.
The Vikings versus the Titans, guys. Skull. The Vikings are going to win this game easily, guys. The Titans fucking suck. We all know this. We've seen it happen every week. I think what are their record? They're like one in something.
Titans is fucking one in shit right now. That's
guys, they're like the last team with only one win, guys. What the fuck? Tennessee, you suck, guys. And I saw this coming from like miles away. I knew Titans are going to be fucking bad. Like, they suck. Quarterback sucks. They're fucked. They got to get a new quarterback, guys. You guys might as well tank. I'm sorry. The Skulls, on the other hand, they're looking to get some wins. They're looking to get back into a playoff conversation. I mean, obviously they lost those 2 games, but then they won since now. And that's what I'm saying. I think they're definitely gonna get into that playoff clinching conversation within the next 3 weeks. And obviously this game they need it for that. I think if they win this game, they get to 8-2, and there you go. I mean, you're like 2 wins away from clinching a playoff spot. So it's gonna be too easy for the Vikings. I feel like. Well, I'm not gonna say too easy. They struggle with the Jaguars, which
The score
surprised
was
me.
only like 12-7.
Yeah,
12-7.
and Sam Darnold threw 3 picks, so might be a struggle, but eventually the Vikings will pull it out if it is. So yeah, Vikings win.
Yeah, Vikings are. No, I'm not gonna call them frauds, but they're starting to look not as tough as they seem to be.
Yeah.
That one win against the Texans was good, but other than that, like the loss against the Lions, and I forgot what else.
The Rams lost.
The Rams lost as
Yeah.
well. The Rams lost. You got so hyped over
It was good.
that. Again, though, you brought up the good point that they struggle against the Jaguars. So I'm not gonna say too much against the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna take the Vikings on this one though. Next you got the Falcons versus Broncos.
Oh shit! I honestly gotta see who I picked for this one. I honestly forgot. I think I did take the Falcons. Let's see. Okay, so I did take the Falcons. The Broncos guys, they lost that game.
The blocked field goal. That's insane.
That is wild. The Chiefs do it again, guys. Wow, that's wild. That's very unlucky, Broncos fans. I'm sorry you had to see that. I couldn't imagine that. That'd be wild. You're about to beat your division rival that's undefeated, and that happens. That's terrible. I think that kind of sums up the Broncos season. I mean, they've been good, but not great. I think that they're gonna lose this game, unfortunately. I feel like the Falcons are gonna wake up a little bit after that loss against the Saints. I mean, I don't think they're gonna lose back-to-back games. Yeah, I mean, I think that the Falcons are gonna really want to win this game. It's a lot more important for them for sure after that loss against the Saints last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna need to win this game a lot more. Broncos, I feel like they were in that playoff conversation, but I feel like now they're kind of regressing back to just like, okay, let's go get a good first round draft pick and develop Bo Nix. So Broncos are going to give them a fight, I think, but I feel like the Falcons are going to be able to wake up and they're going to win this game, get to 7-3.
Yeah, that Falcons. Well, I don't know. It's because it's like a Falcons ass thing to do is for them to freaking lose against the Saints. But Broncos, they've been kind of iffy too. They've shown signs where they could be a decent, maybe not like a good deep playoff run team, but a wild card team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe taking that 6-7 seed.
Yeah.
But then they have seen times where they look complete ass.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons should take this one though with gaining momentum. I don't know what the fuck's yelling over there. But
yeah.
Falcons should take it though, based off the momentum that they probably want to like revenge, kick their ass out of the shitty game that they played last week.
For sure.
Falcons should take this one. Next, we got your West besties, Seahawks taking on the Niners.
Oh man, fuck both those teams, guys. Sincerely, San Francisco looks like they're back a little bit. They don't look as impressive as I think they are, but I think they obviously definitely still look like a team that could be. If 3 teams in the West, I feel like they could win the West. Obviously, the top 3, obviously the Rams, the Cardinals, and the Niners. So Niners are definitely they're gonna win this game. I think. I feel like the Seahawks just haven't posed much of a challenge this year. They're not as good as everybody thought they were in the beginning of the year. They started off like 3-0, whatever, but they've lost a lot of games since then. So I hate when the Seahawks play the Niners because I always want the Seahawks to win, but the Niners, the Niners are they're a lot more physical on Seattle. I will say that the Niners defense has played a lot more, like better this year. And are like in this part of the year they played a lot better. They got a really good win against the Buccaneers. They squeezed it out. You know what I mean? But it was a good win for them against the Buccaneers. Nick Bosa, he didn't really show up as much, but now that Trump's president, I feel like Nick Bosa is gonna be a lot more impactful there. Yeah, so he's gonna be a lot more happy. I'm happy too because of that. So I like Nick Bosa. He's a good guy. So I feel like the Niners are definitely gonna win this game easily and get their way to 6-4.
Yeah, Seahawks just another team that just tends to fall off the boat every now and then. They never put up a good fight against the Niners last time. I remember we were hanging out that day when they played on Thursday Night Football with Rash. I think you're just shitting on the Seahawks because they couldn't do nothing to the 49ers. And I don't think they're going to do anything to the Niners again here. Unfortunately, as well as a Cowboys fan, I hate the Niners too. Mm-hmm. But Niners should take this one. Up next, we got the Chiefs versus Bills, a good one. I'm excited for this one.
It's going to be a banger. Banger after banger, like Seamus says on WWE. Yeah. But it's going to be a good game, guys.
Oh, I got an idea. Look, we should predict the Rumble.
That'd be cool. But
the
November.
Wrestling version?
Go
ahead.
it's gonna be the Chiefs, guys. They're gonna win the game. All right, they won every single game, and I remember I was watching. I forgot what game I was watching. I think it was a Chiefs game, or it was like the aftermath, of the Chiefs game on ESPN, and they were talking about how every team that's playing the Chiefs, or the Chiefs, like they know they're gonna win these games. You know what I mean? But the problem is that the other team knows that too. You know, so they're doing anything they can to prevent that. And how you see it every week, and it's true. You know, the Chiefs get so close to losing, but you know they just come up and win, and it's wild. You know, like it's really impressive, honestly, how they like scrape by the Broncos. But you know, here comes this is their rival right now of the past couple years. The Bills, you know, and the Bills really want to beat them. And I feel like if any team's gonna end the Chiefs streak this year, it's gonna be the Buffalo Bills, honestly. But I'm gonna have to take the Chiefs, guys. You know what I mean? I feel like the Chiefs are gonna win this game a lot more. They're gonna get to 10-0, and yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs, in my gut, I feel like the Chiefs are gonna win this game. You know, could be wrong. I know it's gonna be a really good game. These two quarterbacks, Mahomes and Allen, they have a really good rivalry, guys. These games are always, you know, very, very good. But I think the Chiefs are gonna be able to win this game. I think this game's in Buffalo, so it's gonna be interesting. But you know, we saw Patrick Mahomes just this year in January go into Buffalo and beat the Bills. So Chiefs are gonna win, the guys.
Yeah, this is a rivalry where it's a rivalry. Obviously, these two teams tend to be the top of obviously the Chiefs, right? But these two teams tend to be on the top of AFC.
Yeah.
But you said it too. The Bills should be the team, or the Bills would be the team to. It's trash day here. The Bills would be the team to end the Chiefs' undefeated streak. It's probably controversial, but I'm gonna pick the Bills. It is in Bills' home field, so obviously, like you said, though, the Chiefs are used to cold weather, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I just feel confident that the Bills can take the undefeated streak away from the Chiefs, and I'm really hoping they do because now I'm kind of getting annoyed that the Chiefs, like Patrick Mahomes, struggled and they're still undefeated. Like it's insane. It's insane how they pulled the fucking blocked field goal. No mames. When does that happen to any other team? I don't know, man. It's getting pretty impressive, but annoying because. You don't. It always happens in sports, but you don't want to see the same team win and win and win. But that's what dynasties are.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to take the Bills on this one. Up next, we got a boring ass Sunday night football game, bro. We have the Bengals and the Chargers.
Yeah, this game is boring as hell. They should have flexed the Buffalo.
They should have flexed. They have like 6
Chiefs
options to flex, and they gave us Chargers and Bengals.
Guys, this game's gonna be boring. But I did look at this game, and I think it's important for the 7-6 seed situation I was talking about earlier, because both these teams I feel like are still in the hunt. Chargers are actually a 6-3 right now, so you know they're quietly being impressive.
Yeah, because nobody ever pays attention to the Chargers.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So yeah, it's gonna be a really good game. Honestly, I think it'll be a good game. I think the Bengals are gonna be really inspired after that loss last week, where Jamar Chase went off. He had 286 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they still lost, guys. It was very disappointing. But I'm gonna take the Bengals. You know, they're 4-6, but I think they're gonna win this game a lot more. They're gonna be a lot more physical, I feel like, than the Chargers. You know, the Chargers are a good team. They're 6-3, but I'm like a big believer in them being like a long-term successful team. So I think the Bengals are gonna really want this game a lot more. And you know, Joe Burrow's actually quietly having an MVP season, I believe. He's 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and like 2,500 yards. He's really being impressive. The team just hasn't really play that impressively altogether. So they're going to really need this win, and I think they will get it. So, yeah, Bengals win.
I'm going to have to agree with him on this one. Bengals should take it. Chargers, I don't pay attention to them so much that I didn't even know they're 6-3. It's just a team that nobody really pays attention to.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean, based off the record, doesn't mean that they're going to have a deep playoff run. I don't think they will make it playoffs at all, to begin with. Bengals, it just seems like they always just start at the beginning of the year for some reason. And then eventually they start picking up in the end. Bro, yeah. Bengals are on that moment right now, and I think it's going to continue. I got the Bengals taking this one in prime time. Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football, guys.
Texans and Cowboys.
Texans.
Battle of Texas.
Cowboys. Yeah, I might be there, guys.
Battle of Texas. Oh, yeah, he might actually be there.
I might actually be there, guys. I'll update you guys if I am there. But I think it should be a good game, honestly. I feel like, well, I don't know, actually.
We're going to get so cooked, bro.
I forgot I watched that game against the Eagles, and I was just kind of embarrassing. I can't lie. I need Jake Ferguson points, guys. You know what I mean? And
just now that Dak's gone, like,
yeah,
that's
it's going to be rough.
Happen,
yeah, it's rough. It's rough out here, guys. But hopefully I'm there to watch it. Really would be excited to see CJ Stroud and Trayvon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb. Some NFL superstars. But I feel like the Texans are gonna really have a easy time playing this game. Cowboys I feel like are gonna be decent defensively, but like we said, the offense just can't get no rhythm. Honestly, on this past Sunday, yesterday. So yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say. I think Texans rough loss last night to the Lions.
They gave
Came
up
so
the
close.
defense
Yeah,
gave up
actually,
5 interceptions.
yeah.
Now look at it from their perspective. They gave up 5 interceptions and they couldn't win.
And they had 0 second half points, so they really dropped it themselves. Like I said earlier, the Colts I believe are now 5-5 or something like that. So they're 5-4. They're gonna need to win this game to put that space back away from the Colts because the Texans are 6-4. So it'll be interesting to see this game. But yeah, Nico Collins I believe is back after he's finally. So they finally have their top receiver back. So yeah, I think the Texans should be getting back to doing what they do best in the 20 football games with CJ Stroud's arm. So yeah, I think the Texans are gonna be able to win this game against the Dallas Cowboys, and hopefully I'm there to see it.
I don't want to pick against the Cowboys, bro. I can't. I know the Texans are gonna win. I give up. Like I might just wear this jersey for the rest of the fucking show because we're cooked. We're cooked. It happens, We had 3 straight great years of 12-5. At least the in-season games were dope. But it happens. Every team has a slump year, and this is unfortunately our slump year.
Yeah.
It just sucks because now our quarterback is injured, so now we're cooked. Unless Cooper fucking Rush becomes Nick Foles tomorrow, but I doubt it, right? On top of that, it's just our owner, bro. Like our owner's stupid. Owner's fucking stupid. Or maybe not stupid. See now. He's old.
He's senile.
He's senile.
Yeah.
Now he's over here like getting mad at freaking reporters and shit. And it's funny because they had brought up like, oh, why don't you get curtains for the windows? And he's like, oh, why don't you just destroy the stadium, build a new one?
Yeah.
But then he puts curtains on other events, so it's like, bro, like you're able to do that. We can't even get him to sign Derrick Henry, so I don't know how we can expect him to fucking put curtains.
Yeah.
Cowboys are gonna get cooked, but I can't pick against my boys. Texans will take the win, but I'm picking the Cowboys.
Let's see it.
And that's good. I hate that because we're gonna have to do the episode right after that game. And like how you calmed down, but you were pretty pissed earlier. I can't calm down. I'm gonna be pissed all the episode. If they lose, I might wear a paper bag. But other than that, that actually concludes our week 11 picks. 11 weeks in. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been going good. Yeah. We're at a tight race right now.
Yeah, it's getting pretty tight.
At first, I don't remember how separate we were, but it was like 8 games separate at one point. But every week he's starting to get close and close and close. So we'll have to wait to see next year. I know I picked some risky picks, so hopefully they don't end up biting me in the butt. Who knows? Maybe the Cowboys end up winning.
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it.
Other than that, though, my name is XiX from XiX Sports Network.
And I'm Ethan from A Second for Bacon.
And we'll see you guys next time. Hold on. Now I can get the goods.
Go take a piss.
Go take a piss.